and the best performance for your hybrid environments. First of all, let's look on general trends. And according to Flexera report and our internal report, these days, more than 80% of enterprise customers have a hybrid cloud strategy. And if you look on OPAC IT organizations, we can see that 62% of them not just plan it, but actually already use hybrid cloud. But together with huge advantages coming with cloud adoption, there are a lot of threats appearing on the horizon, like security concerns, managing cloud spend, migration process, managing multi-clouds, and of course, regulations and compliance. And here we come with our Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security, which helps to mitigate all these risks. Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security is a proven cloud-native protection and the best performance for your hybrid environments. And what do we offer? Best-of-breed protection, optimum performance, cost efficiency, and compliance support. Now let's dig into some details and see what we mean under this words. So the best-of-breed protection. First of all, it's multi-layered threat protection consisting of 7 layers, like malware detection by masks and hashes, suspicious code emulations in isolated environment, behavioral detections, and others. Also, machine learning empowered by human expertise, and our well-known threat intelligence proven by analytics, like Forrester, for instance. And I also would like to separately mention our capabilities, including against ransomware. According to independent laboratory AV tests, we are the only one vendor which blocks 100% of ransomware. And also we can offer you protection against advanced threats, and thanks to our products EDR Optimum and EDR Expert. Now let's talk about licensing, and it's a very important benefit because we have very flexible licensing. We offer licensing based on amount of devices, servers, and desktops. Also for, mostly enterprises who has a lot of non-persistent virtual machines, we offer TPO-based licensing, which helps them to greatly reduce total cost of ownership. For public clouds, the main offer is in BYOL, bring your own license, but for some public clouds, we offer also pay-per-use. And if you're our existing customer with endpoint solutions, you will also benefit from convenient management of your physical, virtual, cloud devices, all of them through the same management console, Kaspersky Security Center. Performance and integrations. First of all, Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security is a platform-agnostic product. So whatever platform you use, we protect it, virtual, physical, based in private or public cloud, combination of all these platforms, it doesn't matter. And second is our patented light agent technology, which helps to reduce utilization of your hardware resources by up to 30%. So it also helps you to spend less money on hardware. And together with smart optimizations like shared cache and API integrations in public clouds, all of these generate even more savings of time and resources. And last but not least, compliance support. We've got a wide range of features which provides compliance and risk landscape adaptation. So you can be sure that you are on top of all local legislation. Some of them are vulnerability assessment and patch management, log inspection, system hardening, device control, and much more. You can see all of them on my slide. So let's move to scenarios, and Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security is a single product which is targeted for multiple digital transformation scenarios. We focus on 3 of them: virtualization and VDI, public clouds, and security for DevOps. All of them within the same product with one console and one license. Let's start with the major one: security for virtualization, including virtual desktops. And first of all, some stats. So why still hybrid infrastructure is a major part of hybrid environment? And here are some numbers. So according to our internal report, 77% of technological organizations, and under technological organization we mean companies with big focus on IT, for instance, finance industry. So 77% of such companies in APAC are running at least one private cloud, and 90% of them use VDI. Also, we'd like to mention that on global level, 46% of businesses already share their data in public clouds. But the modern data center isn't the place for heavyweight security with, let's say, heavy agents, because if you run hundreds and thousands virtual machines, in case they will run security tasks like AV scans or updates, and especially at the same time, it can lead you to scanning or update storms. And from another hand, we still can see a lot of threats facing private clouds, like virtual machine sprawl, network-based attacks, VDI golden image infection, and some others. And Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security protects against all these threats and also helps you to reduce consumption thanks to our patented light agent technology and some other smart optimization. For the very customers, we also have another solution, agentless, which utilize VMware MPI. Let's compare them. The main benefit of agentless is, of course, absence of agent, but it has some security limitations and specific only to VMware. So in most cases, for customers with several vendors providing infrastructure, we offer light agent because it also have much more security features. And now let's move to the second digital transformation scenario, public cloud. And I would like to start with some numbers again. So according to Synergy report, cloud infrastructure services revenue growth in APAC is more than 40%. And IDC reported in 2020 that companies in APAC spent $36 billion. So if we count this year-over-year growth, in 2022, it should be more than $50–60 billion already. And also, we would like to remind you about 46% of organizations keeping the data in public cloud. So it's very important to protect this data. And now we came to one of the concerns about which some customers are not aware, so-called shared responsibility model, meaning that public cloud providers are responsible only for lower levels of stack for infrastructure. They are not responsible for the high levels, as the most important levels, for the data, for applications, and this is a task for you, for our customers, to protect it with third-party solutions like Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security. Let's name the main risks to public clouds, which are on the horizon these days. The biggest one is, of course, data breaches or data leakage. They expose sensitive financial and intellectual information and lead to huge direct and indirect losses. And it's growing year of year by double and, well, even triple digit numbers. Second is utilization of your infrastructure for, well, either cyber attacks or non-targeted expense of your resources like crypto mining. The third one is unsecure API and third-party infrastructures, which are usually used by DevOps. And of course, well, the fourth one challenge is brute force attacks, which is still very popular via SSH and RDP protocols. And Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security helps to fight these challenges and to get full visibility with native API integration with major public clouds vendors like AWS, Azure, Google, and also at this moment we're considering to add Alibaba in the loop in the near future. So we notify you as soon as we make it. And all of this with convenient management for all these clouds within the same Kaspersky Security Center. And now let's move to the last digital transformation scenario, which becomes more and more popular. And it's, well, actually very close to public clouds, security for DevOps and containers. So some stats as well. Again, according to several reports we written down, 82% of technological organizations on global level already use CI/CD pipeline in their production. And if you look on APAC organization, we can see that more than half of them already using containers. And the major platform for it is Docker. So market share in APAC is more than 70%. And one of the biggest challenges for DevOps is supply chain attack, when there is infectional change in code placed in the repository. And after this infectional change, it can be distributed all over the world for hundreds and thousands of customers. And such attacks, such infectional changes are growing triple-digit numbers. So we can see that it's more than 300% growth from 2020 to 2021. There are other challenges is lifespan and abstraction of workloads when infrastructure became more granular and more complicated, and you get less visibility and lose control. And often customers are trying to use legacy endpoint solutions, which are not really suitable for DevOps security. That's why we recommend, and it's very important to move from DevOps to DevSecOps and add security into this approach, with common goals and shared responsibility for DevOps teams and for security teams. Devs needs a dedicated security solution, which from one side will protect software development without, and from another side, won't influence their business. So hybrid cloud security helps with it by enabling this DevSecOps approach, allowing to integrate security into pipeline, secure Docker and Windows containers, and prevent malicious components to execute. Both doing it on access and on demand. And now let's move to licensing. As I've already said at the beginning, KCC has very flexible licensing, which helps our partners and customers to pay only they need for and the way they want. And we have free licensing objects. Sorry. We have free licensing objects, desktop, service, and CPU. And each license type is available in 2 tiers. I will talk about it a little bit later. For public cloud users, we offer bring your own license and pay-per-use. So as I mentioned, for each of license type, we have 2 tiers. Standard enterprise. Standard already have a lot of features, and in most cases is enough for you, for our customers. But enterprise adds even more functionality, new additional use cases, full regulatory compliance, and for instance, containers are supported only in enterprise licensing. Now let's talk about success cases. We have thousands of customers all over the world, including at APAC, and would like to share some of them with you. So the first one is a bank from Texas, and this bank had a lot of regulation limitations from one hand, and from another hand, they would like to keep fighting against modern sophisticated threats and targeted attacks. So we fulfill all their requirements and needs and offer them quite big stack of our products, including for Kata, for instance, and of course, hybrid cloud security. Another one is Neo. Neo is a Brazilian customer experience specialist who help industries like retail, telecom to build ultimate connected customer experience. And they were looking for a solution to protect against digital threats, viruses, and malware. And after running proof of concept for vendors, leaders in the fight by Gartner, as we are, and Kaspersky was the most robust and most cost-effective solution. So they picked up, and as far as I know, they are very glad with it. So once again, why Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security? First of all, you can save up to 30% on virtualization hardware. And the second one is sustained outstanding performance. Each year we prove it. And last year, again, we achieved 57 first places and 63 top 3 finishes in global independent tests. But don't forget about our products, which use Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security. The major one and the biggest one is, of course, EDR integrations, endpoint detection and response optimum, and we just launched endpoint detection and response expert to protect you against sophisticated attacks and for better investigation. In case you need support from our specialists, you can also add MDR on top. And if you are looking for protection for storages, we are offering Kaspersky Security for storage. And I would like to finish my presentation with a very simple and short statement. Kaspersky Hybrid Security let you worry less about security of different types of your infrastructure in one product with one license and one console. So if you would like to know more, you can visit our website. We just updated it with new messaging and new design. So you can check it as well. And now I would like to pass the word to Kieran to share with you actual demonstration of hybrid cloud security.
Thank you very much, Vasily. So, yeah, my name is Kieran. I am a pre-sales manager with Kaspersky based in Sydney, covering the Asia-Pacific region. And, yeah, thank you very much, Vasily, for that fantastic description of what we're covering today. I'm just going to give you a very brief bit of a demonstration of the hybrid cloud solution and where you can get hold of it and where and what it looks like. So the first part here I wanted to show is pretty much just where you can actually access it. So as Vasily was talking about, you've got the different elements of the way that the hybrid cloud security license works. Can either be on-premise. We're going to be talking more about the in-cloud portions today. So on the in-cloud side, you would have seen the icons on Vasily's slides talking about Google Cloud Platform, the Azure Azure Cloud Platform, and the Amazon Web Services. So you essentially just go into the Google Cloud Marketplace, type in Kaspersky, and you get the option there for the bring your own license version of Kaspersky within the cloud marketplace. On the Azure side, again, just searching for Kaspersky in there, and you get these two options here: go hybrid cloud security, bring BYO license, and the security center solution. And then finally, the AWS Marketplace. So you've got in there the three different options: a BYO license, as well as a subscription, like in AWS purchased license, and then the SaaS fulfillment version there as well. So if we click on the BYOL version there, you'll see all of the details here, and you go into the pricing information, where you can actually deploy it out of, and you also get some help here with regards to deployment templates, CloudFormation templates, and the different sort of scripts that go along with that as well. So when you choose, or when you select what you actually want to deploy, you click on this follow subscribe, and you basically just follow the bouncing ball. And you've got complete instructions here with regards to how to actually do that, just by basically clicking on this, and it'll take you through to the instructions to follow through and get an understanding of exactly what you need to do in order to set up those different environments. The other side as well, just to assist, and some people are more visually, they lean more towards visual instruction as opposed to reading the instructions. So we've got some fantastic videos to assist with the deployment through AWS, and some technical information around hybrid cloud security deployment as well here as well. So you can see CloudFormation template, pay-per-use model, Azure, and so your different operating systems in there as well. And also along the video instruction side, again, Vasily was talking about the DevOps and the container scanning. So we've got instructions around how to integrate the solutions in with Jenkins, and also how to configure Docker scanning in with that as well. So very easy. We've got a Kaspersky YouTube channel, and within that you can just simply search for Docker or Jenkins or AWS, and it'll bring up the appropriate videos for you. So further to that, we've also got a lot of instructions around actually deploying out through the different cloud environments. So you can see here about if you go to help.kaspersky.com, you can view into the Security Center instruction set, and you'll see here the working in the cloud environment. And you've got a lot of sublinks in there. And also, actually, one of the important parts about this is, and you link into this from the AWS Marketplace as well, but you've got, excuse me, some JSON files or a JSON file in there, like the CloudFormation template, excuse me, which helps you prepare the environment for the actual deployment of your Kaspersky environment. So that goes through and creates the appropriate IAM rules and security groups to ensure that you've got a successful deployment of your Kaspersky management infrastructure. So when you do go through that, it sets up a template which has which automatically deploys and installs the Kaspersky Security Center Management Console in it. So we will bring up that screen here. So yeah, I've got a couple of instances running here. The first one is the instance which is deployed as a result of following that Hypercloud Security BYOL link. And the second one here is just another instance that I created as well afterwards. So yeah, you see here that you've got the instance, and let me just minimize that. So here's the KSC instance, so Kaspersky Security Center instance that we've created, and it automatically, as I said before, installs and configures the Kaspersky Management Console. Now, within that, you do have a couple of choices with regards to how you interact with that console. You've either got an MMC-based console, or you have a web-based console. So, you know, whichever way you feel more comfortable interacting, then you'll see in here that under Discovery and Deployment, you've got basically a cloud environment configuration wizard. So the good thing about this is that you can run this multiple times in order to integrate different cloud infrastructures. So if you're using a combination of Google, Azure, and AWS for whatever reason, you can certainly combine those all to within the same console. As it's so when you first launch that configuration wizard gets launched, it'll ask you which infrastructure you actually want to integrate with. So just bear with me there. Where are we? Rules. There it is. 1 second. All right, so then, so once you put in your details with regards to like your IAM settings, or whatever the authentication method you're using, it will then go through and actually start discovering your cloud environment and replicating it into the structure of what you can see here. So you can see here that I've got the region, your VPCs and your subnets, and that would be multiples based on however your environment sort of looks and feels. And within that, you can then go in and view devices themselves, which are presented within that managed devices area. So it's going to discover all of those machines running the environment and present them basically to whatever your requirements are as the administrator. In the background, it also creates some policies and rules. So here we go. So we've got some policies. You see here the cloud protection for Linux and cloud protection for your Windows server. And you've also got some tasks in here. So you'll see here that you've got the update tasks, scan tasks, installation of protections, so for both your Windows and your Linux side of things as well. And those tasks will run, if we open this up and have a look at the schedule, you'll see here that they run every hour. So as your environment changes and modifies, then you've got the Kaspersky Management Console, which is going to be monitoring and deploying protection to any new devices that you're running up within that environment as well. If you want it to be a little bit more dynamic than that, you've also got the ability here to run scripts. So you've got some PowerShell scripts here. So if we edit that, so both for your Windows servers and your Linux servers. Yeah. Right, so yeah, we've got the PowerShell script, which you can go through and modify as you require. But essentially what happens there is, and as I said before, I do have another instance running here. So when you deploy that new instance with the script in place, and there's instructions within those different areas that I showed you before to actually help you do that, you'll see here that the Kaspersky protection is automatically installed and deployed to that machine as soon as that machine comes up. And you've also got so you've got a standard Windows Server deployment script, but you've also got ASG. So that's the auto scaling group. So if you're in an environment where it's quite dynamic and you've got machines going up and down and up and down, and you just want to have a protection for those machines while they're alive, and then forget about them afterwards, then the automatic scaling group script will facilitate that for you as well in order to be able to have that dynamic sort of appearance, and you're not then consuming additional licenses that you may not otherwise be using. So let's see here. So as well down here, so when those new machines are discovered and deployed, it's got these moving rules which will automatically move them into the groups that you require. These ones are automatically set up for you, but you can also set up new ones. And you can see in here that those moving groups could be for cloud instances. It could also be for your private cloud instance. So when we have virtual machines, then you've got all of your different virtualization types in here as well. So VMware, Hyper-V, Xen, KVM, so all of that. And you can also replicate your Active Directory. You can look at different segments. And as I said before, you can have multiple segments set up in here. So it doesn't necessarily just have to be one. You could even have a mixture of AWS and Azure and Google all in the same view of the management. So let me see here. Yeah, so look, I mean, just for a bit of an overview, that's about as far as I wanted to take it today. But look, if you do have any questions, there's the Q&A box there. I want you to just drop some questions and answers in, and Vasily and I will be happy to answer those. So I'll just stop sharing now.
Thank you very much, Vasily and Kiran, for the insightful perspective on how the cloud-native protection can secure with optimal efficiency, making businesses more resilient and at the same time helping the business to focus on other aspects of digital transformation. So before we go to our Q&A session, your feedback is important to us. So please let us know what you think by completing a short feedback form on your screen. So now going to our Q&A. Let me see. Oh, there are a number of questions that is streaming in. Okay, the first question, I think this is for Vasily. Okay, this audience is asking, can you emphasize what are the key benefits of the hybrid cloud security?
Thanks for the question. So the main benefits are, of course, best of breed protection together with ransomware protection and EDR integration. Also, it's optimum performance, especially for virtualization, cost efficiency, thanks for flexible licensing, and last but not least, support of regulations and compliance.
Okay, great. Another user, he's actually a Kaspersky user. Okay, so Kaspersky stands for Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Business Select. He's asking, are there any reasons that I should move towards hybrid cloud security?
Very good question. And thank you for using our beloved Kasp. Kasp is very good product, but it was mainly designed for physical desktops and physical servers. And when you're talking about virtualization as a part of hybrid infrastructure, KCC brings latency technology, which helps you to optimize your resources. And this is especially very critical when the number of virtual machines grows up to hundreds and thousands. And the same goes to VDI. Also, hybrid cloud security has additional integrations with virtualization vendors like VMware, Citrix, Red Hat, and others. And also, in case of public clouds, only Kaspersky Hybrid Cloud Security has native API integration and full visibility, so our products don't have it. Last but not least, maybe this is one of the most important, that you as our customer can have full management of Kasp and hybrid cloud security and some other our products under the same hood within management console Kaspersky Security Center.
Wow, sounds good. So, who doesn't want that upgrade? So next question is, perhaps it's a question for Karen. Are there other data center scenarios which the hybrid clouds license can be applied to?
Yeah, absolutely. So we looked primarily today at the cloud-based scenario, so managing something through AWS. And I touched very briefly there as well on the fact that we can also manage through that same console private cloud environment. So just as Vasily said just before, we do touch on VMware, Citrix, Hyper-V, so all of the different virtualization platforms, but it could also be physical servers. It could also be physical machines. Some environments still use, a physical server. So the hybrid cloud security license will also apply, and it'll give you that advantage of having one license across all of those different platforms.
Okay. And another question is, what cloud environments, and also pertaining to operating systems, does the hybrid cloud security support?
So from the cloud platforms, so the three main ones, you've got Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud. I think Vasily, you just mentioned before that we're looking into covering Alibaba as well. So from a cloud-based perspective, that's what we're supporting at the moment. And from an operating system perspective, the license will cover any server platform, so Windows and Linux. And it'll actually also cover Windows workstations as well, which is applicable in maybe like a VDI environment, virtual desktop environment. All of the obviously your major platforms and the different flavors of Linux, all the major flavors of Linux in there as well.
Okay, sounds good. Perhaps let's just take the one last question. Is that is there any future plans and roadmap for this hybrid cloud security? What can we look forward to? Maybe this question, Vasily?
Yeah. Let me answer this question. Well, first of all, in regards of public clouds, as we told today, we are looking for opportunity to add hybrid cloud security in Alibaba Cloud, which is very popular in APAC region. And overall, KCC considered as CVPP, cloud to cloud protection. So we are investigating this area and plan to create separate product for containers and DevOps somewhere in next year. And later we will add support of CSPM cloud security posture management, and serverless. Hybrid cloud security itself as a product will get additional updates at the end of this year and next one. There are a lot of them actually. And also we develop XDR and SASE platforms where hybrid cloud, EAS, and CVPP plays a very important role. So there are a lot of things coming. Stay with us.
Sounds very good. So thank you very much once again, experts, for sharing your perspective on this hybrid cloud security. We have come to